Hi, I'm Neve,
I'm Lynsey.
and this is the Talking Notes podcast where we're going to be speaking about the Scottish music industry, artists, and current trends that are going on in the music world.
Yep.
So, the first episode, we are going to be talking about the current affairs in the music world. There will be some sensitive topics spoken about in this episode, so we do advise that you listen to your discretion.
So, I was browsing some headlines the other day, and I came across this one from the SMIA in December last year. And basically, there's this whole thing been going on with this BBC Radio Scotland, and apparently they're trying to get rid of 4 radio shows. And it's to replace them, the radio shows between 10 p.m. till 12 a.m. from Monday till Thursday. And they want to replace it with this new program called Up Late.
What a name.
That's what I was thinking. So right off the bat, I'm thinking Up Late. Sounds really bland.
It sounds a bit boring.
Boring, basic. I feel like I've heard it before.
I understand the concept, but also at the same time, realistically, I am more on the younger side when it comes to listening to music. And personally, I listen to my Spotify. I don't drive, so everywhere I go, I've got my headphones in. I'm listening to my music, but I'm using Spotify or some sort of music app. Whereas, even if I'm in the car, like my friend's car or with my parents, most of the time, like 99% of the time, the radio's not on. It's me playing through the Bluetooth or one of them playing through the Bluetooth.
I mean, if I'm in the passenger of someone's car, I'm all like, they give me the playlist, put on a song, but if I'm the one driving, I do prefer the radio.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like it does expose you to new experiences, but yeah.
I just think I can understand the concept, but also realistically, not a lot of people are going to be awake that late, and if they are, they're not going to be wanting to listen to the radio show. They're going to want to listen to what they like and not what someone is putting on.
Is choosing for them.
Yeah.
Well, it has sparked enough concern for more than 300 artists and organisations to sign this letter, urging them to pause the development of this show. Basically, they are concerned that it's going to, affect artist discovery and job opportunities.
Yeah.
And also, the development of local artists, which, subjective. Like you said, I don't know how many people are actually going to be awake at that time trying to discover local artists at 2 a.m.
And I think the best time, really, if you're trying to find your new favourite artist or Scottish artist, you're not really going to be looking, I know with BBC Scotland, they have a certain programme or set where they put out new upcoming artists, but realistically, that's not going to happen when it's, for example, midnight. You're not going to want to, like we've said before, I'm just going to want to listen to whatever my Spotify plays for me.
Yeah. Well, I know part of the discussion is this new program, it's not going to be presenter-led. So this is why it's affecting job opportunities and artist discovery, because it's essentially going to be a pre-decided playlist.
Yeah.
And it's not so much, you're not going to have a presenter talking to you. It's just going to be a playlist that someone has already decided and put on.
Which you can't guarantee. If you're wanting to find someone new to listen to, you can't exactly guarantee that's going to be there for you.
Well, it's adds to the whole AI-driven, algorithmic, there's it's not the freedom of choice or conversation. It's all these algorithms and pre-decided models, which I think where the main issue is coming from.
Which is fair enough. We're living in a time where, you can go online and you can see a video or a photo, and sometimes you generally don't know if that's AI or not. I've seen a couple which are so scary because
the ducks on the trampoline.
Yeah, and it's so many other kind of animal ones or it's people ones where they look so real, it's scary, and we're coming to a point where they're wanting to make factories for these AI data centers, which is not only damaging, jobs, whether it's in the music industry or other sectors or careers, it's damaging the environment. So that's environmental impacts going down. Like, AI is going to take away opportunities. So that means, economical and like local economies. Then businesses are going to go down if I've got some robot trying to make my coffee. Like, I'm sorry, like, there has to be at some point, I think, just putting your foot down. And also the AI, you've got people who will go on AI like systems, for example, ChatGPT, and you could ask it. I actually wanted to test this the other day because I was so curious to see what would happen. And I was like, just make me a song, like give me some lyrics. And it made this whole thing within seconds. But you don't know, like, you cannot know if it's taken pieces out of another song or where exactly it's came up with this concept. And I know people have also done the same, not with lyrics, but the actual composition of give me some melody, which again, we all know that there's only so many chords you can use in a song. Ed Sheeran's proven that point to us so many times. But like, there comes to a point where you have to put your foot down and say no. And even with AI, there's copyright issues, which then goes into the music industry because people aren't knowing how are they paying someone for a song they've put out when it's a robot.
See, I know there was an issue with this in Canada? No, it was in Germany. There was this massive, big profile case between OpenAI, ChatGPT, and the German government because the program, essentially it got a prompt to create some music. And how AI works is obviously it takes.
Yeah.
So it was taking music from Germany, from these German artists, and created this song pretty much using all the material from these artists. I think Germany won the case and they got sued. But even in the USA, there was an AI song that had made it number 2, I believe, in their charts recently.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and most people weren't aware it was AI. I looked it up on Spotify so I could block it.
I would do this
from my taste profile.
And that's the thing, like, I also know there's this really viral song at the moment on TikTok, and I see it everywhere. I'm hearing it everywhere. I generally don't know how to get rid of this song.
Can you sing it for us?
It's like, that girl's so scandalous, na-na-na-na. But apparently, it's like AI, apparently. And I'm like, it sounds so real, and like, so many people have covered it. But I'm like, again, back to the issue, which I've probably already pointed out like 10 times now. There has to be a point where we put our foot down and go, no, because we're taking jobs away, we're taking opportunities, we're damaging economies and businesses and people's lives.
See, that's the thing with this letter they've written to the BBC Radio Scotland. They haven't actually specified whether it is AI or not, but we will have to keep an eye on the story.
I think we can all guarantee it's going to be AI. I'm not being funny. I generally don't know someone who would willingly want to stay up late to do their job. I mean, I know half the time I'm like, please don't make me do a close or something at work.
Yeah.
But like, I generally don't know someone who's going to be willing to do that.
To say, I suppose they could have one of the presenters do it, but they're not presenting their show. They're just literally sat behind the scenes making a playlist.
Yeah. So that is really interesting, though, that they would come up with that. So that's definitely something that I'm going to keep checking out.
Yes, it is a story we should keep following.
Absolutely. I want to see where this comes from or where it goes.
Yeah.
So I was looking, and the Scottish government, they have this thing called the Festival Expo Fund. So the Scottish government is apparently really good when it comes to funding things into the creative space, whether it's music or arts.
Yeah. So
they've invested this year, about £4 million into festivals. This is throughout the year. And this is helping opportunities in the creative space, supporting festival commissions, collaborations. But the Scottish Government also have a programme called Creative Scotland.
I was gonna, yeah.
So I believe the fund for this year, it's somewhere between 4 million to 5 million. I could be completely wrong, but I'm 100% sure I'm right. And this goes to artists or anyone who wants to apply for the programme, and they get given a certain amount of money, and with that they can, book studios, go and do whatever they need to do to create that music. And I know there was a student who actually came here, TUHI, Fifi. She is...
Oh, we've met her, haven't we?
Yeah, she's an independent indie artist. She lives from Edinburgh, and she applied, and, she goes now and does shows everywhere. She's producing music. She's independent. So I think that just shows, like, how good some things like the government can be when it comes to allowing things like the music space to grow. And
Do you think 4 million's a lot?
I think when you put
For
in,
festivals, right? Is that what you said?
for festivals, I mean, there's 40 major festivals across Edinburgh and Glasgow that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 million, that's realistically, when you take into consideration how much money goes into getting these festivals sorted anyway, like, that's not really enough.
I was kind of thinking that because I know there's so many other little festivals that go around,
Yeah.
like local ones, even stuff like you have the Heb Celt, or what's another one I've been to?
I know up north they have, like, Belladrum. Where I come from, in my small wee town, we've got McMurray, which a local guy just went and he set it up and he sorted it out, and it's gone on for about 4 or 5 years. And when you look into festivals, it's a bunch of people coming together to listen to music, to celebrate artists. You're getting together with friends and stuff, but, like, I don't think 4 million's enough, though. Like,
I suppose it's in place to help out the smaller festivals.
I can imagine so, because
I need to educate myself more in the festival sector.
so, yeah, I'm kind of the same. So the festivals in Edinburgh have received almost 200,000 from the Creative Scotland, which helps support their marketing, the branding to promote Edinburgh festivals. And every year it's going up and up and up. From what I was doing from my research, which I'm going to look more into, because I just find it really interesting how they're actually, some places don't really support that much.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that there's a funding that goes straightly for musicians, I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is reassuring to know that there is something in place as well.
Yeah, and I suppose when you look at it, like, so festivals, for example, so many, and they've got so much funding, and when we had COVID, everything was put on pause.
Mm-hmm.
People were getting refunded for festivals, no one could leave their house, it was horrible. However, we did have about 125 grassroots venues that were closed completely, or they just had to shut the live music part.
Mm-hmm.
More than half of them have completely shut. And that's due to COVID, the impact it had, but also the current challenges that sector in the music industry is currently facing.
Yeah.
With inflation, prices, how much it costs to keep a place afloat.
I know
And
for us, when we were doing our promoting, our like, part of our biggest issue was the price of venue hire, and then also trying to find people who wants to come and listen to live music.
yeah, and I was looking into this for one of my other projects, and it was like, they did a survey with a bunch of young people, and majority of them said they would rather stay at home than go to their local pub and
Oh.
listen to a live band. And I will be happily put my hand up saying I am like half and half. I love going to my local pub. I love going to Twatams and listening to the live music.
Yeah.
They've got live music majority of the week. They've got different bands, it's different types of genres, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, money's such a big part of it.
I was
and
going to go there. The cost of a night out,
I can't keep up with it.
it's not always worth it these days anyway.
It's really not. And see when you're like just want a couple of your pint, like a couple,
Well,
and you
a
want to
pint
go
can be
home.
£9. I've been I'm going on a tangent, but
I mean,
pint
like,
can
yeah,
be £9.
like you can have your cheapest, which is like what, $3.10 for a tenants where I work, but like that could be so much more in like the pub down the road, and
Yeah.
so that's also, and people look at even little shows at your local pub as a luxury because people have to start, they would also rather go to like a couple of big arena tours. So like Alex Warren, Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, they would rather go to a couple of big shows than go to a bunch of little, because they know at the end of the day they like that artist, so they're guaranteed to get,
Yeah,
what they paid for essentially.
and you would rather save your money for
Yeah.
something on that scale.
Or knowing that you can save for it, like merch, like you can see online, fans will put on social media prices. I know when I went to see Taylor Swift, and Alex Warren, a bunch of people were putting prices for like hoodies, t-shirts, like any kind of merch. So you can kind of save ahead and go, well, I want this, this, and this, so I'm going to save, and you can get that money.
Yeah. Well, I came across another headline this week.
Oh, lovely.
Are you finished with your point?
I am finished with my point.
Just because this one really shocked me. It was posted by both STV News and BBC. So essentially, a survey was conducted by the Scottish Centre for Crime and Justice. It's a research sector of the University of Glasgow, and basically it found that 4 in 5 women musicians experience sexual violence and harassment while working in the Scottish folk music scene.
I sent someone similar to that, and I want to say I'm shocked.
Are you shocked? I'm shocked.
I'm shocked with the genre, but like,
Yeah.
I am and not, but at the same time, I'm not shocked when it comes to the number.
I'm shocked that this was specifically conducted within the folk scene.
Yeah.
But as a whole, I wouldn't say I'm too shocked about that at all.
I just think it's something.
It's disappointing, that's for sure.
Aye. 100%, it's disappointing, but I just think that number is about, what, 1/3?
Well, there was 409 musicians. 89% said it happened while they were working within the music industry. So while they were actually working.
Yeah.
29% of these respondents were teachers and 11% were students. So it's both teachers and students.
That is just shocking, like. And the thing is, there is that number, but then you've also kind of got to listen and be like, there's got to be a couple of people who probably didn't put their foot forward and say, I'm a victim of something that happened to me, which was not okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's wrong to just go, it's one type of genre, because let's be real, it's not just one genre. It's going to be happening all over the place.
Definitely not specific to Scottish folk.
Yeah, like, I just think that's ridiculous. Don't just single out one genre. But that's the part that really does shock me.
I mean, so Iona Fife, she's a folk musician, and she had come forward and she had said she had been offered bookings at festivals in exchange for certain activity, and that comes alongside 53% of these respondents said it came from people within positions of power. So essentially these people are abusing their power
Yeah.
And
Which isn't okay.
Yeah, again, specific to the Scottish folk music scene.
Which again is really not okay. And I think when this happens, victims end up turning down work, opportunities, jobs, experiences because this has happened to them.
A lot of women have dropped out of music early because of this, because of the harassment and the abuse they've been facing. And we probably won't hear from them. But I think a lot of women have ended their careers within the music industry because of it.
I mean, I know there was someone I know who I'm quite close with. They unfortunately went through a situation, and I know the first thing she was told by people was, "What are you gonna do? Are you gonna report it?" But I'm like, you don't say that to someone. Like,
yeah,
this is a situation which first off was already out of her hands, and I mean, I'm so happy that she's on the brighter side. She's moving forward with her life, and she's still doing what she loves to do. She's still doing the things that make her happy.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many people who don't do that, and they end up just leaving careers. And I suppose it could be, you know, the type that had happened to them, or that, like, you know. So, but I just think it's the number. Just at the end of the day, it doesn't shock me. Like, I see things all the time when it comes to these type of cases, and I just think,
again, it's like, I mean, this was posted on the 22nd of January. This was how many? 4 days ago? Yeah. So,
yeah, that would have been 4 days ago.
It'll be interesting to see what comes from this survey and what will be done so that it stops happening in the future, and so that women are given an equal opportunity to have a career path within the industry.
And I don't know if you said this, but 78% of that, they're not one-offs. Like, they are reoccurring offenders doing these to the victims.
Yeah.
So I just think altogether it's quite hard. But like I've said already, it doesn't shock me. Like, we're growing up in a world even, and we're living in a place where it's not so nice to be who we are sometimes.
No.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat that.
Especially in the folk scene, apparently.
So it's about, I did look into a bit of this as well. 85% of the victims in the music industry do not report it, and often they're going to lose work or lack the formal HR structure, which happens, which I totally get where they're coming from, because if you're a victim of something, for example, it's your boss, they've got power over you, you don't know what they're going to do to you. You don't know, like, what they're going to say to people and have their little strings on.
Especially, I think, as a woman, you know, if there's not another woman around to go to, it might, you know, be harder. And if it is a predominantly male-dominated industry, that is what's going to happen.
Yeah. But no, I want to say I'm flabbergasted, but I'm not. Nothing surprises me these days.
Yeah. It's what it is.
It is what it is.
But we will have to keep an eye on the story and update the listeners.
We will. So this is episode 1 of the Talking Podcast.
Talking Notes.
This is episode 1 of the Talking Notes podcast.
As you can see.
I'm Neve.
I'm Lynsey.
And this was episode 1. The next episode, we're going to be talking about the rising of new Scottish artists. So if you like this one episode, then come back for the next.
See you soon.
Bye.